Welcome to the DORKLAIR Collecting live stream. This is a Glyos episode. It's been a while. This is Glyos episode 6, and I think episode 5 was back in October? Before Legions Con, right? Yeah, wow.
Yeah, right before Legions Con. That was our anniversary of our first episode, right?
Right, yeah, totally. Yeah, we got to get back on these and do them a little more frequently.
Definitely.
Except for twice a year or something. But...
Sure.
How you doing, Steph?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Bill?
Good. I'm almost to the end of the school year and ready to have a summer.
Nice. When's your last day?
It's still 2 weeks away, but it's coming quick. Like I had my last big summative assessment that I gave them. They did speeches, and wrapping that up today was nice. And then we'll do some lights. I think I might even watch a movie next week. It was so freaking hot in the building today. Like I just want to turn the lights off and watch a movie.
Wow. So no air conditioning, or just like in the office?
Not in my room. Yeah, like in the offices, the learning, like the library, because all the computers, any room with a lot of computers. So, but yeah, most of the main bulk of the building, the classrooms are all.
It's rough, man.
Hot.
It's real rough.
But I am on the first floor. The third floor is just brutal. It's so bad. But luckily I'm on the first floor. It's not as bad, but it's still annoying. But anyway, Dan is back. What's up, Dan?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. We got some exciting reveals tonight from you.
Yes, we do. I'm good. I'm excited. It's been a long time coming, so glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me on to do this.
Yeah, welcome. All right, let's jump in with the chat and see who's here. We've got Cursive, how to shot juggalos, Toy Shelve, Dave Orkin is here too, Brutzkrieg, Calamity of Blue Prophecy, Mecharive. We also have Rob El Spooky Zorro, Mecha Rekka, S.C. Penry. The Glyos episodes, I always see new people,
people, yeah.
Jesse DeStasio is in the house. We're going to talk about Toy Pizza Expo. Apache Prime. Tom Williams. Icy University. Charlie Squared. Verde 3339. Wolfman. We also have Venjoran. And William Houston. Ben G is in the house, who I saw last night.
Me too, Ben.
We went to a concert last night. We saw Primus.
Did you really?
We saw Les Claypool opening up for Primus. So it was the Frog Brigade, and then Claypool, Lennon, Delirium. That was my first time seeing them. And then Primus, and it was awesome. It was such a great show. A lot of fun time.
Low-key jealous of that. What was the venue like? Great venue?
I like it there. It's like one of those big tented amphitheaters.
Okay.
It's like it's on the water in Boston. It's
that's cool.
It's not the perfect place. It's a little flat. Like you usually want to have it dipped down, but like. So like if you're short, it's not great, but overall, I like the venue. It was warm. It was a little warm. It was a little warm out last night.
A little bit.
Problem for us all.
But it was awesome. I had seen Sean Lennon with the Frog Brigade before, but I had never seen specifically the Claypool, Lennon, Delirium, and it was really cool to see them. Let's get back into this. So we got Sparrowgeist, Recon Rage, which that's this weekend as well, right? The West Coast Pacific
meetup.
Northwest meetup.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yep.
Good luck to you.
Chud Babies, 77 T John, James Samudio, the Boglin is in the house.
Hey.
Hi.
Rejected Goomba, Mike V, Hayes. Lost Glyos Switchpin. That took me a second to read.
That's a great name.
Let's see here. David Smith, Clown Baby in the house. I Drive Kit. New York City, like Kit, like Knight Rider.
Sweet.
Chris Sartori. I want to get everybody here. Apache Prime, Chris Collier. Toy Shelf. And Kirby. Furious, Everett. All right. I am not going to be able to get to all of them. I'm losing track. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot. The comments are coming in faster than I can keep up. What's up, everybody? What is going on?
Hey, guys.
Let's talk a little bit about recent pickups to start, as usual. Steph, have you picked up anything lately?
Yeah, I got the pleasure to pick up some old Sofubis from Ron English, who was clearing out his studio. He's getting ready for a Museum of Modern Art exhibit, and he let them go dirt cheap. And I was lucky. I was one of the 20 people that were in the auction, so I got some pretty good pickups.
Nice.
Little dino grenade.
Nice.
Look at
Very
that.
cool.
Yeah, he signs them and all, and his box art's really awesome. And then I got Forlorn Unicorn. She's a suicidal idol. Just a little
Nice.
thing. And I guess that's about it. Oh, my Cosmic Legions, those, and even got the new Dormo. So that was fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Stuff like that.
Did you go to an event that Dormu was in, or did someone pick that up for you?
Someone picked it up for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I was lucky for that. And yeah. So, and I have to say, all my pickups from the drops this year, I still haven't opened it.
Oh, I have stuff that I have not opened
Bill,
yet.
it's bad. I mean,
Well, Jesse DeStasio drops a bundle, and you get
yes.
10 figures all at once, and it's it's a lot.
That's smart.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta space it out,
You save it for those rainy days. That's what I like to do. And
Yeah.
Fortunately, I got to get his last drop. I saw that he did a female figure, and yeah, I wanted to check her out. Yep.
I'm the same way with books. I have just I'll buy a book, read 10 pages, put it next to the bed, then you get 30 books. It's what are we doing? We'll get to it eventually.
You want to see something cool? Check this out. I got a new e-reader, and look at how small it is.
Sweet.
It's that's my phone, and I don't have a large phone. That's a Pixel 9.
It looks very good.
It's tiny. Let me turn it on. So it does nothing. It doesn't have a touch screen. It just you just sideload books onto it, and that's it. And I keep it in my pocket where my phone is, and I've just been trying to reach for this instead of my phone to just read more, to just and also to just not be on my just to try to fight the distractions. Absolutely. And I'm loving it.
That's great.
I never imagined a tiny little e-reader. You know what I mean? But it's perfect. It's kind of amazing.
Is it iPod size?
I mean, well, do I have an iPod over here? Bigger? I have an iPod. I forget what this one was. This old one.
Oh yeah, that was one of the last. I think one of the last ones that came out.
I forget which one it is. The Shuffle, maybe.
The Shuffle, I like that you had that within reach.
Yeah.
But I won't even. I don't even think it'll turn on. But it's just been sitting there. There was a couple months ago. I went to try to revitalize the iPods. There was another one too. Oh yeah, this one. Check out this one.
Oh, nice.
That's the iPod Mini. One of the the first iPod Mini that was my wife's, but that one does not work at all.
No.
Anyway, that's the size of it. The Nano. That was the Nano. Yeah, totally. Anyway, yeah, I'm loving my little mini e-reader. It's awesome, and it does nothing else. It's just you can just put books on it and read them, and that's it.
That's fantastic. I have a phone coming soon that I ordered a while ago called I think the Light Phone 3. And it's a real low tech, it does calls and texts and has a map and just designed to completely just stop with all the nonsense.
Is it e-ink or no?
No, I don't believe so. I think one of their phones that company put out was an e-ink, but this one does have some like, light color stuff, like, whatever, screen stuff. But yeah, it's just super low tech and sort of designed to last like, 10 years and just no apps, no real internet access, like all that stuff. If I wasn't doing this, like I would not have a phone at all. Outside of
second that. Yeah. Between me and my family, I could have a whole storage container of old tech. Like we just never got rid of anything, and we were Apple heads, so we had all the different versions of
every year we get a
new phone. Yep. Still running the Mac that gave the license that had PC in it too, like a PC operating system right in it, and the Mac they gave out the license.
Intel Macs, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's still running.
The chat's talking about the Shuffle was like it was literally like a little tiny square with no screen, right? Yeah. All right. So, how about you, Dan? Pickups?
Yeah. I've got some recent stuff. Let's see. So, I just went a couple weeks ago. I'm real bad with timelines, but I went to the MomoCon in Atlanta. They had that first little like mini Wonderfest in the US. So I wanted to check that out because I think it's very exciting. I don't know if they did a great job of it, but it was still, I think there's a lot of potential with that. So anyway, I saw Jesse DeStasio there. He had a table with Toy Pizza. I picked up some of his stuff, including one of these guys, his kind of Sofubi Glyos hybrid pulled by Clutter.
The Trilo cloak.
Yeah, it looks so cool. I think this is just fantastic design. And the colors really turned out great on this guy.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's super cool that and I did pick that up as well. Or did I get that one? I forget which one I got. I got one of those, I think. And it's like in scale with the line. That head that's on there is a head from Toy Pizza. Like it's in scale with it. So
yeah, so that was awesome. I'm really glad that he found a way to get that out because I know that.
I really like the stuff Clutter does. I've actually picked up a lot more this year of their stuff.
Yeah, and like that in itself is pretty exciting. Like there's a few people doing more domestic, Sofubi vinyl pulls here in the States, which is just super exciting and super cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm in a Discord that's like very like it's just a Sofubi Discord, and half the guys in there are trying to do their own stuff at this point. And it's really great to see people kind of bring it on home and kind of just doing it out of their garages and stuff versus all the hurdles that come along with having to go across oceans to get it all done. So there's that guy. I also picked up from there this little like egg carton with
I'll put you up here.
mechs. Oh, there's still some junk in there, but they're kind of just like real neat little
oh, cool.
Yeah, like little mech guys. Let's see if there's like a literal egg-shaped one.
Nice.
And yeah, I love just tiny robots, tiny dudes. So this hit the spot, and here's their little.
I love that packaging. That's great.
Yeah, very cool. Garage Kit Club. I don't know. I'm gonna butcher the names, but they were awesome. What else? I'm a huge fan of the Scarlet Spider from Spider-Man. So I got this guy recently, and just was always my favorite Spider-Man. So he's awesome. And let's see. Oh yeah, the big one for me. This is I want to be clear before the chat starts freaking out. This is not my toy. This is not Paleolords. This is a Sofubi dinosaur from Kiyokawa, I believe. And this guy is really interesting. Not only does he look cool, but the guy has been making it about as long as I've been working on Paleolords. I think I first saw stuff from him, like, prototypes of this guy back in 2019. And it took him, this long to get it out. And it just came out not even a month ago, I think. So it feels pretty interesting.
Really ornate.
Yeah, he's super cool. He's got, it's from a line called Abyss Tomorrow, which has this kind of future retro vibe with sort of like Russian spacemen and stuff. But I've been wanting this guy since I first saw him, and very, very cool to finally have him. Just like, like I said, look, been working on my stuff for years. It's like I always was checking in on this guy to see if there was any movement, and we finally got there at more or less the same time. So
I like the dual riders.
Yes.
You don't really think of that, right? Like two side by side riding like that. It's funny.
Yeah. Definitely something I might want to try and steal in the future. It's a very cool idea. I love it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm still messing with the most recent O'Neill order. I love these guys. This is one of my favorite colorways in years. I'm obsessed with this. I don't have them yet, but I just picked up some of the stuff from Cappy for Cappy Space. Some of the purple torn guys.
They look nice.
Yeah, so
I really like the blue and purple shades.
I mean, that's one of my favorite colorways ever. When he first did the first one, it was the Nemesis. It was Marty's Nemesis.
I know
as like the Care Bear villain, I believe. Sorry if I'm messing up.
Care Bear villain.
I thought that's what it was, but I could be wrong. But it was such a cool figure in and of itself that I was constantly, I think I bought like 6 or 7 of them, and I was like, Cappy, please make more of these. So I like to think that I'm one of the people that give him the push to just make like every possible figure in this. And I've gotten, I think, every single one since then. But I love those guys. And
a lot of those are still up, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
the new ones are still up.
Yeah.
Get some of those.
Go ahead, Steph.
Oh, I normally don't see that colorway at all.
Yeah.
I was like looking. I don't think I have anything with those exact colors. That's cool. I really like that. First time I saw it. Yay, Cappy! Good job.
And then for me, so speaking of the Wonderfest, this was Jesse's from that. So he put those out. I think these are still up, but it's only available to the patrons. But yeah, so there's that one. I love the Hazard Core so much. I've already painted a couple of them. I think it's such a great sculpt. And then just kind of one of many other figures that came in from Toy Pizza. This guy, super cool. It was a pair of the Cro-Mags. That was the action figure of the month, and then there was a whole bundle of a bunch of other stuff. And what else did I
like
want
that
to
size
share?
of the Cro-Mags.
There's a couple other things. Yeah, I like the big chunky guys like that.
Yeah. Do you have a bunch of them, or just that one? Because I don't remember seeing.
There's a ton. Yeah, there's been a lot. These have been going on for years now. What else? Oh, I was going to share this. Hedgehog had mentioned it in the chat, but yeah, I got Clawful. I did a review on the channel, and this.
I watched that.
It came in the mail. It's a funny story. It came in the mail, and the box is actually. I'll show it to you. It's absurdly large. Like
what?
It's so big.
Oh, that's fun.
Like, let me.
It's beefy. It's a beefy box.
Okay. I haven't opened this one yet, but I just got the Mezco Conan, and like, Now this is one of the smaller Mezco boxes, not the bigger ones, but still, like this thing is massive. Now the figure's big, but the box is so big. And so when I saw the box, I was like, am I gonna collect this line? Like with these massive, because I have a hard time throwing away a nice box like that with nice art and all that. And it's an expensive figure, and it's, you know, it's but I opened it up and did a review, and I'm going to probably be all in on this line. It's just so nice. So I will probably be, you know, forcing myself to throw away these boxes.
I saw they just, or at least I just saw, I'm bad at keeping up on news. They showed off their Tila for that line.
Yeah. Yeah, they're dropping that on, or pre-order on Monday or Tuesday, I think. So
that's the first time I've seen that, so that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and the cloth will come out amazing. I don't have the He-Man yet. It just shipped. It actually just shipped today from Entertainment Earth. So, and that usually takes like almost 2 weeks because, they're on the other side of the country, and it's like I never pick like fast shipping or anything with them. So, actually, speaking of that He-Man figure, right now there's a store called Deep Discount. I don't think a lot of people know about it, but it's kind of more of like a store with like DVDs and stuff, but they sell toys. And right now there's a deal where they have a code, and it's 15% off if you buy 2 things. Any 2 figures, I think. Or I don't know. I ordered 2 Transformers, but like you could get that He-Man there. It's $100, and so if you get that and like if there's something else you need, like a Star Wars figure or something, it's 15% off. So like, and I don't think a lot of places even have that He-Man available anymore. So if anybody's looking for the Mondo He-Man, the standard edition, go to Deep Discount. They have a coupon where you can get 15% off $100. So it'd be $85. You do have to order another thing, but if there's a second thing you're also looking for, like they have Skywarp is in stock right now, which I haven't seen anywhere yet. So that's what I ordered, that in Shockwave. But was there another one? I thought there was one other thing I was going to share, but I guess not. Okay, go back here. We do have some giveaways, but we're not gonna reveal the giveaways till later for reasons which you will see later. Okay, but let us. Yes, the shark. Yeah, is their mascot a shark or something? That sounds familiar. Yeah, they have been known to oversell, where like I've seen sales where they sold out so fast that like it didn't like the stock didn't register or whatever, and then they kept selling, and then people they had to cancel people's orders. I have seen that happen before. So they're not perfect, but I have ordered from them quite a bit. Okay. All right. Let's go into, we're going to start off with a little bit of kind of like some recent Glyos drops, and then we'll get all into, Dan and the Paleolords. That sounds like a band.
Dan and the Paleolords.
Your band name, I call it.
I like that. Yeah. Sick.
All right. So I think this was the most recent Glyos drop. This is Cappy's, Void Mischievous, and this one, the proceeds are going to like the local food pantry, I think. So it's for a good cause, and an awesome figure. It's in that Void that that Marty did with a few of those figures recently. Also I actually don't have it handy, but the Gorham Goss is awesome. He took a Goss and turned it into a vehicle, essentially. It's awesome.
What? That clever kid.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, that thing rules. Very cool.
So there's this one still available. I checked before I put it on here. And then the Neon Raider, which was Monster Palooza, which I also got because my buddy Eric LeBron was at Monster Palooza, and he He just picked it up.
He
just picked it up for me and sent it without I didn't even have to ask him. He just sent it. It's so nice.
Awesome.
Thank you, Eric. I don't think he's here, but yeah.
I'll watch the replay.
That's awesome. So I guess Dowdy put that Goss build together. That's awesome. All right, so that's that. We ready to dive in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Dan?
let's do it.
All right, Paleolords. It's happening, Dan. Finally.
It is happening. It's finally happening, guys. Yeah, so this is our new banner. This is going to be for our website, which is not yet up, but it will be up very soon, this month. And it will be a drop. I mean, we will have this first wave of stuff over the weekend on Saturday in Beacon at the Toy Pizza Expo. And then we will, within the next, week to 2 weeks ish, we're still nailing down an exact date, but it will be happening soon. And we'll share the website and we'll share everything as, it kind of, comes up over the next several weeks, but it's here. And we're it's just the toys are here. I've got like 10 boxes in, my guest bedroom right now, and it is like
your warehouse.
It's like 200 pounds of Glyos.
Wow,
it's a lot. Like it's a lot. But yeah, so this is our new banner, and it's a combination of it's
I love those colors.
It's sort of the logo itself is one that we've had for a little bit from Anthony Coffey, who's done so much to kind of help with this line, and he's the guy who's been one of kind of the main sculptors for Glyos over the past few years. Like he's done a lot of Pat stuff and a lot of Cappy stuff, and has helped with, various, like I know he's helped with Matt and several of the other creators as well. And then the background, like the full background, is from Dylan, who does a lot of the Glyos art for Matt, and they just crushed it. Like it looks very cool. I'm very happy with it.
Nice. I wanted to mention item said, this is going to be awesome because I already swallowed all the ones from the preview pack, which is a good transition because there it is.
Yeah, perfect. Make room for more. Yeah, so I just wanted to show these off real quick. These are not. This is an old photo, but just in case anyone's joining us or kind of hearing about these for the first time or whatnot. This was the Legions Con preview pack that we put together very last minute. For the show last year, and these are literally test shots. Like we got one round of test shots with I think I got like two single test shots of the toys, and they had kind of a fair amount of issues. They were not really where we wanted them to be, and that's pretty normal. There's a lot of kind of back and forth that happens where you go back and forth with the factory to kind of get them where you want to be. And it became apparent that there was just no way that this stuff was going to be ready in any capacity, either, as a drop or as a Kickstarter, like anything. It just wasn't going to be ready in time for that show. But we did look throughout those test shots and noticed that these three figures were pretty good, like pretty much good to go. And it was everything else that kind of had stuff that we had to tighten up. So we made a fast order, and it was literally like
you were putting them together like the night before.
Oh yeah, it was like the amount of paint on these guys was so low because it was like, okay, like if you do anything more than eyes, they probably won't finish them. So it's like that's why there's no paint on the teeth on the Dimetrodon, because it was literally like, okay, like that might take an extra day, and we don't have an extra day. Like it showed up, I think literally like 2 hours before I started driving up to the show. And then, we were putting together like on the floor of the show convention thing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there one point where you had sold through and you were like boxing them as you sold them?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, we had an assembly line of various people that, I probably owe a lot of favors to at this point. Brandon of, Warlords of War, Littlebot, Roy, Marty's entire extended family, MJ, Gabby, there were so many people just assembly lining this, and it was great. Like it was hectic, but it was also really really neat to have everyone just kind of drop what they were doing and sit on the ground and put these together as we were constantly selling out of them. So I just wanted to put those up there. I don't even have one of those boxes at this point. Like they were literally made just for the show.
Really?
Yeah. So if you've got one, enjoy it. Those were boxes were a lot of work.
I can imagine. Because you had like the switch pins in there, like holding them up, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they were. That's how they're attached. Those kind of switch pins just drilled through the bottom, and it worked pretty well. I honestly didn't know if it was gonna hold together, and for the most part, they did. I mean, there was a couple I shipped after the show that who knows if they made it through? Probably not. But just to have them in your hands, I mean, they worked great, and I really love how it looks. I mean, obviously, packaging will not be something that happens with much of this stuff going forward, but every now and then I would love to do something like this, kind of put together a special box or play mat or just something to kind of spruce things up here and there for special releases when we can. So 'cause I love that sort of stuff. Like you said, Bill, I love nice boxes and just cool packaging. So it's we're not doing it much, but when we can, I would like to do more of it.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is an ad that we shared for Toy Pizza Expo, which Saturday, June 13th, 10 a.m. at the Yard in Beacon. The Yard's a cool spot.
So you must be flying up tomorrow then, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's ironic. I'm kind of at this point known for driving up to these shows because I'm an idiot. And I've done this for years. I like having a car up there. I like kind of stopping at places on the way. It's nice to have the car to just bring all your stuff up, or if you're planning to get a lot of stuff to take it back down. And all these years I've been going to these shows and kind of displaying prototypes and stuff for Paleolords, but not really having anything to sell or almost anything to sell. And now it's okay, well, the one time I have endless toys to sell, instead of packing my car full of it, I'm taking a backpack and a little suitcase and flying up. So it's I've done this entirely backwards. But
well, if you buy too many toys, just ship them back.
Yeah,
get a friend to ship them back for you.
It's always a good backup plan. Absolutely.
Great flyer like that.
Yeah. So I guess we can move on along to some start showing the goods, I think. Unless
all right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Take it away.
Ooh.
All right. So
first reveal.
Yes, this is
that's so fun.
The first reveal. You're going to see a few things in this photo. That's the Ark ship Aeronaut versus our Basilisk, which is a kind of large lizard beast, which has sort of elements of those kind of very old-fashioned, Crystal Palace dinosaurs, but modernized and cartoonized, stylized a bit into our style. And this will be sold as a 2-pack, as a set of this dinosaur versus this Ark ship Aeronaut Trooper. And we've got, obviously, there's a much better photo of it on the screen, but I've got them right here as well.
That's so fun, Dan. That's
And
really
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so we got them right here.
Oh, he's wicked. Look at his little
And
mouth.
he does have an opening jaw.
Nice.
Which, you know, you can fit just enough to get in these guys so they can get eaten and wrecked however you want. And of course, you know, since it's Glyos, you can pull these guys apart and have them get ripped limb from limb. But yeah, this guy is actually the very last thing that was made for this line, for what's come into production. The basilisk was the final piece of the puzzle of this for a long time, and I'm sure there's some people that have seen it. There's kind of these larger vinyl dinosaurs that were prototyped for the line, and we have not put those into production currently. They just have a lot of issues, not a lot of issues. There's one kind of main issue with them that sort of is an engineering problem that I'm trying to figure out. Not to mention the logistics of, you know, doing Glyos vinyl right now is hard. It's, you know, it's expensive. But putting all the financials of it aside, there's this, you know, engineering problem that I haven't been able to crack. So the question became like, okay, if there's not a large dinosaur in this line, like what are we even doing? Yeah. So a lot of kind of people on the sidelines or people that were, you know, more directly involved, like, you know, the various Glyos guys were like, damn, like, what do you, like, make a PVC dinosaur? Like, this is the line. We need one. So Matt was pushing me, Pat was pushing me, Cappy was pushing me. Basically everyone was like, you know, let's make something to go along with these guys. And this was back in maybe like 2020, 23, early 24, where this guy started to sort of come together. And in the photo, you can see there's his tail is kind of bent quite a bit, and that's because he does have some additional pieces, which are kind of like neck and tail extenders that have angles to them, and it gives them just a lot of personality. And beyond that, it also allows you to kind of shift him into a fully upright. Yes, kind of full upright.
Oh, that's sick. I love that.
That was the first thing I did. What I
Oh, you got wood? My God, it's so fun. Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I
Let me go like this.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
He has so much personality. I'm glad you listened to him.
Yeah, you should be doing this, Phil. You got a way better camera than I do.
It's just my MacBook camera, but I have a light set up here, so it just helps it a little bit. Okay, so then let's go back here to this view. All right, so just remind me the name of him again.
So we've got the Basilisk versus the Archship Aeronaut.
Yeah.
And this will be a 2-pack. This will be a set. For this first release, I very much wanted to make sure that these guys come in sets. Like, I think for me, this line was developed as a line, like as play sets, as minifigure packs, essentially. So the kind of the whole vibe and the storytelling elements work when it's like, okay, like even if you just buy one thing with these guys, like even if you just buy one thing, you will have enough to have, like, you know, a fight or a war or, you know, a capture or a team up or exploration, like whatever it is, everything comes with at least 2 things. So there's that element of either, you know, conflict or team up or whatever, that like I go back to my favorite toy line of pretty much all time is Kenner Jurassic Park, and the figures for that were like, you got a figure and a little dinosaur and accessories, and it was like, you know, it was super cheap, and it was like, okay, like even if you didn't have a lot of money, as like, you know, if your parent got you one thing from that line and it was like the smallest thing, you still had enough to do a whole little, you know, adventure on your own.
Yeah.
And that has always stuck with me as like just crucial part of toys. Like I know obviously most toys, most figures, everything is just kind of like you're just buying the one thing.
Yeah, I like that you considered that. You know, that's important. That speaks to my little inner child, to be honest. You know.
Yeah, I like I like a conflict. I like you know, something where it's just, you know, one and done. So we wanted to keep that going, and that doesn't mean that there won't be times in the future where we're switching things up. Like I want there to be a lot of variety with how we release these. So it could be, you know, even bigger sets in the future. It could be single figures in the future. Everything in between. You know, everything's on the table, sort of. But there will be times where it's sets. There will be times where it's packs. There will be times where there's singles. So if, you know, if for whatever reason, you know, you see stuff here and you're like, oh, like I wish I could get more of just this guy, more just that guy. Like it'll happen for sure at some point down the line.
Cool. And I think maybe we should start our first giveaway now then, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So let me pull up the giveaway tool. Hang on a second here. I'm going to share. Why isn't it? Oh, well, I made it kind of longish. So let me pull this down. And I'll put the banner. It's Paleolords at Toy Pizza Expo. So people can start putting that.
And yeah, while people are doing that, I'm reading the chat here.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I can answer some of these things. Is the little back cap a piece? Yes, there is a piece, like a little tiny
like
lizard scale, and that is a separate piece. So there is a plug in the back.
Nice.
Let me see if I can read some other things here. I see someone say something about making it another species, different heads being made to make it a new species. Ironically, you know, so it has the opening mouth. You can just tear it right off. And then there is another species right here. We got a little just with the top of the head.
Yeah.
We've got, so if the other guy is the basilisk, this is our Chordodon, and he's got more of the kind of ceratopsian type.
Yep.
And you know, it makes it very cool when you have two of them. You've got more of the kind of classic.
Nice.
Yeah, so they can rip each other apart.
A lot of great feedback from it, for sure. A lot of people like these. We already have suggestions.
Can you answer this one? How does fried basilisk taste?
We do this off camera. It's not toxic at all, guys. You can definitely put these in your mouth.
Tastes just like other Glyos figures.
Yeah, I mean, we've all eaten switch pins at this point, guys. I mean, let's be realistic. You try to pull it out, and someone startles you, and next thing you know, it's not even microplastic at this point. We're just full on eating switch pins. So what else? I want to see. All right, I don't know. I'm sorry if I missed a question.
They get buried a little bit once you start a hashtag too.
Yeah,
so
for
it's
sure.
Be hard to find stuff.
But yeah, I guess we can go to the next slide. It shows what's in this first set.
Just so that's what that giveaway is for that set, the basilisk and the aeronaut set.
Yes.
Which actually I have them right here. Not gonna be able to see much, but you know, basilisk and aeronaut set.
Yeah, and I believe I can't remember. I think the next slide should be like a parted out version of the set.
Oops. That one. There you go. Yep.
Yep. So that is everything. Minus, there's a couple switch pins in there as well, but this is everything that is included with this set, including, of course, the extra pieces to convert the aeronaut into Faden.
I was just gonna ask about that.
Yep, that is your eyes don't deceive you. That is a mini Faden head from Matt Dowdy of Anel Design, who has very graciously helped inject Faden into this world that we're building. And I still have to, it doesn't feel right to just like blanket like, oh, I can do whatever I want story-wise with Matt's character, but I do have ideas of kind of, what I would like to kind of use Faden for in this, and obviously, we'll have to chat about it a bit. But either way, he is in that pack, and he can be made into. Where's my camera? There it is. This little guy right here, and he has the feet extenders to kind of give him some extra height. Versus
feet extenders.
These, I'm sorry, I'm not used to working in a webcam anymore. It's been years since I had my OnlyFans. So yes, he's a little bit taller, but he just looks fantastic. And this head is so cool. Like it's still obviously Faden, but kind of stylized in our little more chibified style, and it works really well with the kind of new tall like Legion's tie-in Faden. Matt made sure that it works on everybody. I mean, it's so cool. I feel.
By the way, you handed me so many of these at Legion's Con that I've gone through all the other stuff, but I still have these. So I'll put one of each. These are the kind of like reddish ones. Yep. So, but just the heads.
Just the heads.
So I'll put one each of these. I'll add those to those giveaways as well. I'll put them in there right now. Because it's kind of tricky to find I would never just do a giveaway of just this, but then it's kind of tricky to be like adding this to like a Mythic Legions figure.
This is certainly the time to do it.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And
I like them.
let me go back here. And it's funny because, so when I did my little preview pick before the show, I chose a green background to tease these, to kind of give like but the problem is it made the figure look gray. Like
it did.
You couldn't really see the true color of it because it was on a green background, but this orange background really kind of like helps bring out
it makes it
the
pop.
color of this figure.
Yeah, he's like it's like a light kind of like real type-ish green, like a what would you say? Like, I don't know. I said to someone earlier, like almost like a sandy green, to use like a Lego term. But this is an original color. I don't know if there's anything else in Glyos that will match this, but if it does, it's unintentional. It's just something that we found and liked. And
Prometheum had a good description of it. He kind of like the faded, almost like a faded 80s kind of vibe to it. And I feel that as well.
Yes, that's very much the vibe that we're hoping for. So that darker kind of darker faded green.
The foam stuff from those flower pots, yes.
Dead on.
Hashtag foam. So that's a new color. However, the green of the basilisk, this brighter green, this is a very common Glyos color. This is Rothen green. This is kind of like one of the main Glyos greens of the basilisk. So there is, let me grab some stuff down here. So like any of these older Glyos figures that is in kind of the Glyos green, like we got all sorts of, things that will match.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted this first big release to have stuff where it was, usually when a new line comes out, it's almost entirely a new color. But
Right.
given that there's kind of so much here, we wanted there to be a mix where it's, it still feels new, but at least one of the things in the set can build with stuff. So like just as a quick example, this is one of Pat's biomass mutants, and we got, just
Put that head right on there. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, it's
going.
perfect.
I mean, this is the first time I've done this. This is hilarious. I love this.
That works.
We got this Mighty Maniacs guy. Take his little head off, and you can get like a, just
Oh, that's fun.
absolute ridiculousness. So obviously a lot of stuff in that green going back. So
Is that the first Glyos that has the movable mandible?
no, there have
Okay.
been at least one. There's a Armivore head from Matt that's like a piranha fish that has a little movable jaw. I think that's it. I'm sure the chat will correct me if there's something else.
Chat knows. Chat knows a lot.
The chat knows all.
I'm reading it. I'm like, wow.
The difference and something that was challenging with this guy is that, and that, a lot of the guys kind of involved behind the scenes were like, be careful with this, it might not work. Is that piranha jaw, it's the bulk of the head is, the head and the jaw is this little tiny piece on the bottom that weighs nothing. So it works very well. It works very easily. The dinosaur, it's a huge head and half of it is the upper jaw. So we did have issues kind of making sure that it wouldn't just like flop around.
Yeah.
And they got it to, pretty well to the point where it's like, it can safely stay open now. I will say that just like sometimes when you're building, if you build, in high heat, or if you're just doing a lot of building where sometimes certain parts become floppy and you kind of need to take them apart and let them reset a little bit before you build with them for a few minutes, so they kind of like reset and re-get their grip. That can happen occasionally with these guys where, if I've been using it a lot, they can start to get floppy. But as you can see, they are, more than capable of holding open despite half their weight being in these top heads. So yeah, the factory did a great job kind of dealing with me, because I was like, there's absolutely no way that we can have these without the opening mouths. That's like the coolest part. So it was definitely something we wanted to make sure got through and worked.
You want your dinosaur to eat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The tongue is not a separate piece. Let me rephrase. I believe the tongue technically is a glue-in piece, but certainly nothing hidden, no pins or ports back there. It's just a part of the jaw.
Let me do this. Whoops. I took the thing off so you can kind of see.
Okay.
Nicely detail painted in there too.
Right.
Okay, next slide.
Yeah, let's see the next one. Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Wow, Dan, that's great.
So,
Ship.
yes, we've got a ship and another character here. This is an ARC ship Podcraft. So the storyline for these guys takes place on a massive like generational ARC ship that discovers this dinosaur planet, and to kind of transport everyone from the ship to the planet and back. They have all these little pod crafts that they use for exploration and landing and whatnot.
That's far out. That is so far out. It's great.
And he comes with a little pilot as well. This character is a Grelin navigator, but his mold himself is one of the absolute main characters of the entire storyline. That guy's just in a different color who will come out later. But this is a kind of like pilot navigator for the ships. And that ship, I know I was just going on about how vinyl is, too expensive and there's problems and blah, blah, blah. But the line was designed originally as a vinyl line. So we wanted to make sure that we could get some sort of vinyl in there. And this ship is new Glyos vinyl, which is, as anyone who follows Glyos can say, is very rare these days. So this is a 2-piece Glyos rotocast vinyl, and it does come apart. And there's nothing inside. It's just like
you did that fairly easy too, like popping it off. Whereas like my Galaxum sometimes they change the heads.
Yes, this is this is a brand new vinyl connector that I worked with the guys on in order to make sure that it was easier to get off, so that way you can very easily, take your figures and put them in there. It fits one very easily. It can fit 2 most cases, but that's where it caps off, is it 2? And
I actually think you can get 3 in. Oh. If you angle their bodies so that their arms are in,
like you put the arms up or something
in the side things.
Yeah, in the fins, absolutely. Okay, we can do this.
You can get very close. I haven't been able to quite get it, but yeah. Oh yeah, I got 3 in just now.
You have to be able to figure this.
Okay, I did it as well. Yep. So yeah,
right on.
We got them all in there.
They're cozy. They're cozy in there.
Now getting them out is the real fun.
That was actually got it out easy. So you just got to put the arms into the rocket shape on the sides there.
It also doubles as a Farkle container. So this ship can do a couple things despite being just 2 pieces and fairly small. There are some tricks up its sleeve. One of them is that this can become, the cone of it can become sort of a little car, or like a hover car on the ground.
Right, with the little feet on the bottom there.
Yep, and it will just kind of imply that someone's driving around on the terrain. This is a small Glyos vinyl connection point, which also works with hub set pieces. So there is building capability here. It can work as, this is almost like a little robot face. So even though it's like one little small piece, we wanted to give it some options for, the 10 people in the fandom that still want Glyos vinyl and have stuff to build with. It can also flip around and be inserted here. So if you have like old Armadocs or anything, you can put this on their hand as like a giant cannon, which is a lot of fun. And then if you want to go a little crazy and maybe you get a couple of these, you can start to combine them and make like longer rockets and kind of get some inherent build options just with these 2 separate parts. Kind of like get things going.
Sweet.
And there's there's a couple other things that it does. We'll show you in a minute when we get to the next round.
Okay.
But yeah, and then some more focus on this guy, our Grelin Navigator.
Grelin is his name?
Yeah, it's like the species of this
Oh, okay.
character.
Great.
The main character is Relgar, but he is yellow, so we didn't want to do that for this one. And then yeah, Bill was just showing off the naked arms option. So he does come with both suited and skin arms, and they are different sculpts.
Oh, nice.
One's got a bend.
Yep, one's got a little bend. I wanted there to be just a little bit extra character.
The hands the same or different?
So the hands are different. The suited hands have 4 fingers, and the unsuited hands have 3 fingers. And there is a reason for that, which will become clear once we start pumping out story tidbits for this stuff. But also on a practical level, I mean, you can just take our basilisk, you take these arms. Building on camera is always a stressful time for me. I'm sorry. Okay. And now we've got like a full-on classic, classic T-Rex.
Yeah, that works. That works. Sick.
Give him the Jurassic Park.
Yay!
Triumphant roar. So yeah, these naked parts were another late addition where I think I mentioned to Matt that I wanted to do another like minifigure in the future that was like another humanoid lizard man, dino man, essentially, that was more like savage and had bare arms, so that we could make a T-Rex, essentially like a more classic T-Rex. And he was kind of like, you should really probably do that now.
Launch with it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, there's no guarantees, how crazy everything is. I mean, this was very much something that started as a small project and just ballooned and ballooned and ballooned until it got where it is now. And while it has been a lot of time, it did allow us to add in a lot more stuff like that. So.
And you said you started working on in like 2023?
No, that was just that was just this guy.
That guy. Okay.
Yeah, the actual project has been going on for too long. Yeah, many moves. Yeah. I think 2018 was the start. I'll talk about it a little more. There's some stuff in the slides, kind of tracking back through stuff. So,
by the way, here's an interesting question. I do enjoy the environments we see cooked up for the photo shoots. Do you think we might see them someday?
The same thing.
So the environments. I don't know, man. It's well, we can hit the next slide, I guess.
All right, let's take a look.
Front row.
There we go. This is the kind of third set. So the previous one, the ship pilot, was the second set. This is the third set for this release, and this contains a double-sided base along with 3 minifigures, and this kind of.
I thought that one guy was in there. Sorry, I didn't cut you off, but he was in the first picture with the tongue, little plant tongue. Is that what I see? Yeah. Great.
Yep.
Okay, good job.
Yeah, no, your eyes did not deceive you. So yeah, this base has these kind of caustic bubbling pools. It has these monstrous plants. There's skeletons and little trilobites in the rocks. There's a kind of rocky like divot that you can get guys into. And I could not be happier with this. This was always thought of as a kind of playset. Like the way I've designed this since the beginning was starting as playsets and working backwards into kind of like fleshing out the characters and the minifigures after that. But it always began with, you know, a whole set of stuff, and this base was always a part of that. This is really the first Glyos base. Actually, I guess technically the second. There's the Running with Scissors figure that has like a plain base. But as you can see, this is anything but plain. Looks really cool. And it is double-sided. So we've got, this is the kind of, you know, the organic rocky surface of the planet. And then on the flip side, there is this techie sort of landing pad, which of course can go with our ship.
Space pod.
And it does line up, so like the rockets things kind of go right on the, and we got,
so cool.
and this will sit flat despite there being all these like rocky points and stuff. If you have in this monstrous plant, which is a separate piece, it will sit flat like so.
Like 3 legs of a table, essentially.
Yep. And yeah, that is something, you know, good to bring up. It's not the most stable thing. Like it is stable, but if you push on like one little edge of it, it'll flop around. But it's
you
perfectly.
Think about those things too, you know, like when you get stuff and it doesn't do that. So I like that you considered that, the details.
Yeah, we wanted to just like it's a big chunk of plastic.
It's heavy.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that it was, you know, just as kind of packed as it could be, despite being a static piece essentially. And it does come with 2 versions of the plant mouth, both closed and an open, which are, you know, separate pieces. So you can swap them around, and if you do have a couple of them, you can start to combine them together.
Sick. Yeah.
And combine them together.
Kaiju wants to see this right here. Oh, look at that. They go together, huh?
Yeah.
They do.
Kaiju wants to see this.
Yes, that was intentional.
Symmetry's nice too.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
What? Yeah.
Yes, there is a monster dino build that was intentional. It is one of the many reasons that we kind of broke down the colors the way we did this time, so that you could, you know, start to see some of the things that they could do. And there is a kind of monstrous dino build that I have in mind that you know, I'll put pictures up at some point, so you guys can check them out.
It's like so oozy, and it has like the fossils in there and everything.
Yeah, and so the other guys, we've got the Dimetrodon, and yeah, so we got the Dimetrodon, who was the very first character sculpted for this line, and he has this, you know, the awesome little wigwag, so you can give him great kind of like almost crocodilian movement, kind of going back and forth. And then we've got our little Oplid.
Oplid?
Oplid, or affectionately called by some of the troopers fodder, because these guys are a wreck. So one thing people will notice about this guy is he is not flat. His tail does hang down along with his back feet. And this was a very deliberate design choice. so that if he's just on a totally flat surface, he will have some element, either one leg in the back or one leg on the other back, that kind of stick up a little bit. And he was designed as an accessory, basically, for several things. One is that, we've got this base with all these areas that have, like, there's no way that a figure can stand on these little points. And there's also another base that we have not made, but should things go well, I would love to get into production someday. That one's even more rocky. So I wanted a figure that could take up space places that it might not otherwise work, and kind of have them, like, hanging off on the edge, where it's like, half on your desk and half on the rocks, just utilizing space that wouldn't otherwise be utilized because nothing can stand on it. So that was one aspect of it. There's a few other things that he can do, like, for example, if I put this guy back together really quickly, we can sort of remove his head, and it goes very nicely in the mouth and will literally hang down.
Yep.
Little tail.
And it looks much more natural than, like, if it was just like a flat thing sticking out. So you can literally have your dinosaur
Wicked.
eating. So, and there's a couple other things, which I won't show everything right now. I want you guys to have some things that you sort of discover on
This
your
is
own.
a lot to chew on.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
This is fun. You said
yeah,
the last character, he was fodder? You just weren't... He was a second thought? What? Because I think he is just absolutely delicious.
So he...
with those eyes.
Yeah, so he came
character.
about... It really did come about initially from knowing that we would have a little more mold space and wanting to get some kind of little guy in there that could kind of sit on rocks, and again, just utilize the space of this base as much as possible. Have something that could, ride on the dinosaur's back, be eaten by the dinosaur. Also a way to get another species of head, like the something that originally was, I didn't want a ton of just like extra parts that you didn't have anything to do with, because, like, don't get me wrong, I love having extra parts, but at the same time there's always, like, this, like, just massive boxes of stuff where it's like, okay, like, I've made this build and now I have this extra thing here. So it became like, okay, well, I want another species of kind of head for our Grelin character.
I think aesthetically that was a great choice, because when you have all those other parts for the introduction of a line, I think that was a smart move, because it just, you get right to playing with it.
This
question.
And that's that's the other side of things.
Adorbs.
Like
a little snail, like a little snail tail too.
Yeah, so all of these three characters, the Dimetrodon, the Grelin, and the Optim, all three of them are completely interchangeable in the sense of their heads. So instead of just, three little minis that kind of don't do much, you've got, all these swapping capabilities. Even though they're just, 2, 3, 4 pieces, you can still make a good variety of different looking characters with them, which is awesome. I mean, that's, the cool thing about this line being so small is that, sure, if you just want to get a couple of them, absolutely you can. But if you do want to go crazy and kind of get like a whole giant battle scene or army or whatever, it's certainly more feasible than with a lot of bigger bigger things. So.
By the way, for those who maybe are not familiar, I figure we could show it size-wise, something familiar. Hold on one second. Go over here. That's a Lego minifigure.
Okay.
And then that's one of these. So, gives you a sense of scale there.
Definitely.
Yeah, so they are small. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I love small guys. I love small toys. I love Mighty Max and Micro Machines and Lego minifigures. I mean, Action Fleet. All these things kind of going back from like when I was a kid. So even though these are a little bigger than a lot of those, I wanted to take some of that feel of an environment with larger creatures and characters, along with little guys, and kind of put it all into a blender, and out came this.
And I think there's a great appeal, especially like now that there are so many amazing lines going across all beyond just Glyos, but just across everything. There's this really good appeal to smaller things. Just having collections of smaller things, it's just more manageable. It just feels less overwhelming and just, I don't want to say less clutter because it's the same, it's still the same number of things, but it's just they just take up less
real estate
space.
Is so important.
Yeah.
Now. We're in this like second golden age of toys, and there's a lot to choose from. So
yeah, and you're absolutely right. I mean, there's so many cool, gigantic things, especially even just over the past few years, and I love them. I mean, I've got like Super 7's Snake Mountain, and like Masters of the Universe as like Eternia and the Snake Glare, and G.I. Joe has all the giant things. I mean, there's the Thundercast. There's all this gigantic stuff, and it looks so incredible. But it's I have to pick and choose there. You get one, maybe two, turn around and sell one 5 years later because you want the next one. Because it's just where am I putting this stuff?
Sure.
I picked up the Star Tours, basically vehicle, classic 3 3/4 scale one, which is huge. This Starliner. I haven't opened it yet because I'm waiting to clear some space, but that thing's huge. I could just imagine how many of these Paleolords I could fit inside that thing.
We'll have to see that. You have to take a picture of it.
Yes, please. I will supply those to see that photo. Just to see them all watching that video. Yeah, that's like the coolest toy I've seen in a while. I would love if, obviously they do a lot of those big, like HasLab Star Wars ships. I would love if all of those ships had that level of like electronics and stuff that one has, because it has the full video. It has all those lights and doors open and stuff.
I was already thinking.
Yeah, it's just absolutely nuts. I mean, it's just so impressive. I'm blown away by that toy. I think you're so lucky to have one, Bill. It's so cool.
It was on sale. It was $100 off, and it was funny because I had seen it. I had gone to Disney World for my first time last summer, and I fell in love so much that we went again this spring. Like within a calendar, within a year, we went again, and we're already chomping at the bit to book our next one.
That's awesome.
And I saw it there twice, and I was like, "There's no way I'm getting this home," so I passed on it. And then $350. It was pretty pricey, but once I saw it $100 off, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy this thing and figure it out later.
How do you get home? That's great. But I think as someone who buys toys, you really took into consideration numerous things, and I appreciate that, Dan. Playability goes together. Your play sets and selling it in a 2-set. Just it's fun because you get more. As more toys come out, you start to think differently about what you want. or what, oh, that would be cool if we had this moves or that moves,
Why don't we spin the first one so that we get
let's do it
into the next one. All right. So there's going to be a second drawing. It'll be the same thing after. But let's do the first one. So we got 79 entrants, which is pretty solid because we only have 84. So it's we're close to like 100% there on entrants, which is very rare. So
good participation, folks.
Yeah. Yep. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. And if you are the winner, you can email me at podcast@dorklair.com. That email address is in the description below. Winner is, hi, my name is Lou. Congratulations, Lou.
Yay,
congratulations. Woohoo! Yeah.
And as a reminder, that is the Basilisk plus the Aeronaut. Those two is a set. And so you're going to get that set. So email me, podcast@dorklair.com. Let me know where to send it, and I will ship those out. If you email me tonight, they'll probably go out tomorrow morning. And we'll do the next one as well. So let me...
Yeah, so you'll have this probably before, a good number of people. I mean, anyone that comes to the show over the weekend can, pick them up until we sell out, but hopefully, because I'm just bringing a little suitcase full. But like I said, the drop.
Right, you're going to have a limited supply there because you had to fly up, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And also, I mean, even if I didn't fly up, since it is a traditional drop, we wanted to save most of it for the online drop.
Right, that's true.
While still having a decent amount at the show. So hopefully it's a good balance.
And when you reference the online drop, are you referring to the Kickstarter or the website?
So there it will be a website. It will be I believe Paleolords.com. It's not yet public. But yeah, the Kickstarter is not happening. Certainly not happening currently. This first wave, we had the opportunity to get privately funded. And while there's obviously a ton of pros and cons to each kind of option, with how crazy everything has been in the world, mixed with the kind of like daunting numbers that like realistically we would need to hit to make the Kickstarter worthwhile. It just seemed like, okay, like, do we really want to do this thing where it's like, okay, we have a campaign for a month or a month and a half, and then Kickstarter doesn't release the funds for like a month or a month and a half. And then that's when you
so happy.
And that's
I have no idea.
And then you start production, which can take months and months and months. It's like, it just didn't make sense to have us go and be like gamble on what's going to be happening in 6 or 8 months down the line.
Right.
So of course, the flip side of that is it's a drop. So the toys are made. So there is a finite amount. And that's not lost on me. I hope, it's enough to go around. But if for whatever reason, it's kind of like overwhelming success, like great. But then there's, people that want them. That just signals to us that like, maybe we bump the numbers, but maybe we think about alternative methods going forward. I mean, like Onel just did, like a pre-order for the first time. Like I haven't talked to Matt yet about that. I don't know how it went or didn't go, but this is a line that we want people to be able to get. It's certainly not something that's going to be intentionally limited or anything like that. So I'm very open to kind of exploring whatever options make sense to let people get these. I don't want this to be a thing where it's like super stressful or people upset that they don't get them. It's my dream toys. I love them, and if anyone out there is responding to them, I want them to be able to get them too. So yeah. So long story short,
that's great.
They're here, they're ready to go, and that doesn't necessarily rule out a Kickstarter forever. If there's certainly like we have so many plans for this line. Like what you've seen so far is a fraction of kind of like what I have in the works in terms of designs, and they're at all sorts of different stages of development. Like some are just little sketches, some are worked on by professional artists, some are like ready to go, and everything in between. So should this go well, who knows what could happen in the future in terms of adding even more to this world if we're fortunate enough to do so.
And we're going to run it again. There is a second set to go out, and we're going to run the same hashtag, Paleolords at Toy Pizza Expo. You just have to enter it again because I did reset it. That'll make sure that anybody who hopped off earlier, sometimes that happens where they never even find out they won because they weren't watching when it was drawn. So Paleolords at Toy Pizza Expo. We're gonna spin it again. We'll talk through the last few slides. Let me I'll remove that and put the banner back up. Okay, so let's put this, excuse me. Okay, ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it. I wanted to put up a little bit of the process of making these guys. Nice. And this is the very first sketch, and it's it was this big in a little moleskin notebook that I did for what became part of this line. And I'm not I'm not a terrific artist or anything like that. It's just I have a lot of ideas that I kind of wanted to do for so long, and I was always kind of pestering Matt Dowdy of O'Neill anytime I would see him at a show, like, hey, like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And eventually, I think he just got sick of it and was like, hey, man, like, why don't you make something yourself?
Why don't you?
Yeah, why don't you do something?
Is that what he said to you? I get to see it.
Yes, literally. Yeah, he was like, you've got great ideas, so put something together. And originally, the ideas I had for this were big stuff, like normal, Glyos scale stuff that was kind of like in line with those sort of like 3-inch figures, and it was just like massive, like vinyl dinosaurs that were gigantic, and it was just, even then when I first got these ideas, it was ridiculous to think that it could ever happen. And so kind of early on, it was like, well, what if we shrunk it down a little bit? And then from shrinking it down turned into, well, if we shrunk it down, we could make bases, we could make ships, like we can do everything if it's small. So this very first sketch was sort of a crash ship. What year is the sketch? I want to say 2017, maybe. There were already some other sketches, which I don't have in this slideshow, of like bigger stuff that kind of became other things. But this was the very first thing that I made once it was like, no, let's shrink it down. And it was always, this kind of 4-piece thing of like, I wanted a ship that crashed into like an environment with a kind of pilot coming out, and there's just like a Dimetrodon like right there, sort of ready to go. And then if we want to hit to the next slide. So again, I'm not an artist. This was how I sort of broke down everything in terms of making sure that things would work together, from size-wise to how things would move to how things would scale with other, things in Glyos. Because of course, part of the appeal is the popping and swapping it all. You want to have a figure whose head can go on the other guy, and maybe I can put the dinosaur head on the trooper, and now you have a dino trooper. And making sure that like figures could fit in the ship. And you can even see on this, super crude clay mock-up, there's like,
is that like sculpty clay?
Yeah, it's like,
use what you use, yeah.
Yep, Sculpey, and there's like a little bit of like tinfoil underneath those, and you can see the ring around the nose cone of the ship, because even then I was trying to figure out how to come up with like a new connection so I could do the kind of endless ship thing. So if you want to click to the next one, it's just another image of that stuff, but in the kind of connected set. And originally these guys were even smaller than they are now. Those are those are some of the space bitfigs from Marcus. So the Glyos space bitfigs are literally 1 inch tall, and these guys were made right alongside them. And somewhere in development, kind of maybe a third of the way through, a couple of years in, it became apparent that, you know, I love the small size, but if we do that, it's not really going to work with much else in Glyos. Like every head would be a little pinhead. It was just too small to utilize the Glyos system in the sense of like, you know, it would have worked with itself. Like you could still, you know, switch heads on these guys and turn the aeronaut into a Phaeton. But if you wanted to take these heads or these parts and mix them in with the kind of wider Glyos universe, a lot of it was going to feel very undersized. So we made the call to slightly increase the size to make it more, you know, possible to build with these however you want and kind of utilize the parts much better throughout. Like, for example, like they go really well with like Battle Tribes heads, Battle Tribes bodies. Right here.
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like any of the kind of bodies like this, a lot of the smaller O'Neill characters like a Glyan work great. Even things like, you know, Mighty Maniacs, despite their being bulkier, their heads are, you know, certainly close enough where it works. So that said, so I had taken this to this point where I had all these ideas, but obviously, and you know, I had other drawings that were a little more advanced, but still weren't great. So I knew I needed to bring in an artist that could kind of take these ideas and shape it into something that was less amateur. And my dream for this, I reached out to an artist on Instagram who is just, you know, not very well known, just kind of like someone I saw who like had a couple things that I thought was all right. And in our back and forth, I kept saying, oh, if you could make this kind of like James Groman-esque. And I sent him a bunch of pictures of stuff that James Groman had made. And if you don't know James Groman, he's a titan in the toy industry who's been working since I was a little kid, you know, buying his stuff. He did some of the original Mad Balls. He did Body Wars, which is like a Mighty Max adjacent, like little micro play sets. Over the past, you know, 10, 15 years, he's done countless large scale vinyl and Sofubi figures. Like he has King Corpse, which is like a zombie King Kong, and a bunch of like zombified dinosaurs. I've got like a little like zombie raptor that he did right here. I've got a man thing he did over there. And anyway, so I just kept going back to this Groman influence, and this artist it just wasn't clicking. It wasn't really working for me. We weren't connecting well. And I was at a show, I believe it was a Designer Con in California. And I walked past a booth and I started recognizing some of the stuff on the table when I looked up, and it was James Groman. And so I met him and just kind of fangirled around for like an hour with him, just talking about all the stuff that he's done. And I love his stuff. Like I have so much of it. I think he's a tremendous talent. And I, you know, shook his hand and bought a toy and walked away. And then like I took like maybe like 10 or 20 steps, and I just was like slow, like, should I do it? And I kind of spun around and went back and was like, hey man, would you ever like work with me on a thing that I have? And he was just like, yeah, here's my card. Like, you know, give me a, you know, shoot me a thing after this. And so that was it. Like he immediately agreed. And I learned later that was somewhat rare for him. Like, he's very in demand, and he basically told me flat out when I went to him for another round of stuff that he only takes on projects that he really finds like exciting and kind of creatively fulfilling, and that he gets requests for stuff maybe not every day, but like very often. So for me to I'm just a guy. I'm just I'm not a toy maker. Or at least I wasn't. I had no connections whatsoever to anyone in the toy industry, and just walked up to one of the most famous people in the toy industry, and he agreed to work on this. So this is the kind of first batch of stuff that he did for me, which was ironing out what to do in terms of a play base, a ship, a Dimetrodon, and a trooper or two. And he came up with this idea to split the ship and have it turn into a tower, which is absolutely something that we can do. So it literally works just as intended.
And the other one comes like a rover, something that can, you know what I mean, sort of detach from the space.
Yeah, that's just like a little
pod.
Yep. Oh, man down. He's gone forever. Good thing I have 10,000 of them in the other room. So that works. And then you can also, just like with the ship, start to kind of get this tower taller. And when you start combining bases and stuff, like if you put this one next to it, it's like, it becomes like a whole little settlement or kind of base in this primordial
which
world.
Is what, like, when you think about it, like, if you're going to go colonize or settle like another planet, your ship is going to be the thing that you turn into your buildings, your structures that you live in there. So it's pretty cool.
And so that reminds me, if we go to the next slide.
Hold on one second. There we go.
So this was after a couple rounds of revisions. That's sort of, just going back and forth, kind of tightening things up. Even in the beginning, I was very adamant that I wanted the ship to be able to crash into the base. There was the monstrous plants, there was some skeletons. And then we just, really honed in on the kind of, style and details of the Dimetrodon and the trooper, the Archiveraut. So this was initially, this was the toy at first. This was all that was, I had in mind. And I presented this to Matt kind of the next year, once it was fully done, like sculpted and everything. And he liked it. And he was like, if you want to make it, we can make this. But I think you can do more. I think there can be more to this. And that sort of started the kind of back and forth in terms of like, okay, well, this is one little set, but we could really build this out into an entire world. And then that kind of kept expanding and expanding until eventually I showed up with like way too much stuff. And he was like, okay, we need to cut back a little bit.
But that's good though, because then it gives, it was like options and dialogue. You can talk to really flesh out like what, your intent is with your first wave, for sure. It's really awesome. It's a great story, for sure.
Yeah. And everyone has been so like, I've just kind of bumped up against all these like people that are like very embedded in the toy world over this time. And everyone has been fantastic. I mean, I sort of have always heard stories, and it kind of always seemed like, and probably is, that the toy world is this like cutthroat
hell.
like cutthroat world of just people always being jerks and screwing each other over and stuff. And I've just been fortunate enough to kind of accidentally like come in contact with and try to pick and kind of associate myself with these people who have just been the nicest people, most generous. I mean, the amount of stuff, like I got one of the best sculptors in the world to make this for, well, I won't say for how much, but he was nice about it. He was very gracious. And, Matt has done so much work on this, given up so much time, and he does this with every Glyos creator and maker in line. I mean, the amount of stuff that
I've
this
heard
guy's
that.
doing. Yeah, he's
For
a
sure.
machine. I don't think he sleeps like 1 hour a month.
That's like
He's doing.
Mhm.
And then there's other people as well that kind of joined over the years as well. I mean, Pat and Cappy, Sam, Angry Hedgehog Toys, David White of Mechazone and Super 7, Anthony Coffey. I mean, I've had a lot of help in kind of bringing these all to life. All right, if we want to go to the next one, that's just the.
I just wanted to pull up Is Ramirez's channel or comment saying that
right?
you know he's been waiting for this, and he sounds like he's really excited. And he did ask earlier when they're going to be available, and so Saturday is Toy Pizza Expo in Beacon, New York, and then you said later this month is going to be the online drop.
Yeah, I mean that is the plan, and I think I know I said that last time we were around here, but there's nothing standing in our way at this point. There will be a drop. It should be before the end of the month. It could be as early as the week after Toy Pizza Expo. It could maybe be the week after that. But either way,
did ask anxiously, are you going to have a limit? I mean, I know because there's a limited run, but for the online orders, do you think perhaps you might put something in place? Sounds like people want to buy, 2 sets or,
Yeah, I mean, we truthfully, we haven't, the whole crew hasn't really discussed it yet. But yes, I think, that certainly there will be some kind of limits in place. I don't know exactly what that looks like, whether it's 1 or 2 or whatever, but Matt always does the limit for like the first hour or whatever.
Yeah.
And I fully anticipate that we'll have something similar like that. I can't promise the exact what the limit will be, but yes, we will absolutely have some kind of thing at least initially, and then see how it goes. I mean.
Okay, next slide.
Yeah, and this was just this is a photo from James Groman. This is kind of midway through sculpting. I just wanted to show like the whole process start to finish here. The ship in the back is 3D printed, and that was done by David White of again Mechazone, and he's worked with so many companies at this point. He's like the go-to mech and kind of mechanical robotic guy. He's worked with Mezco. He was the in-house sculptor for Super 7 for a while. He's done work with 52 Toys. I mean, he's just an awesome dude and has the coolest designs. So one of the big things we wanted to do with this line was give like different artists different aspects of the line to take on. So like Groman is fantastic at these kind of like more organic, almost like disgusting looking things like like drooling dinosaurs and bubbling pools and skeletons. So we gave
colorful putrid mess.
But
a good one.
So we gave him
that's great.
The kind of initial work on a lot of the organic stuff, and David did a lot of the initial more robotic things like the Roto Robot, like the kind of little underside of the base, like literally James Groman did the top of the base and David White did the bottom of the base.
That's cool.
And I remember reading, I think I saw the documentary about the unmade Dune movie years ago. The Jodorowsky's, I'm butchering his name, I've never said it in real life. The unmade Dune movie, and he had something in there where he was just like, oh, I wanted to get like a different musical artist to do the themes for every single house in Dune. And that always stuck with me as like a really good idea to get like a different feel for something in the same project. So I sort of, going into this, wanted to, if possible, do that in terms of the sculpting, like have one guy do the organic stuff, one guy do the robotic stuff. And then over time, I did bring in other people for like other bits and pieces. But we definitely kind of stuck to the 2 forks of like a different feel for the kind of more futuristic stuff and the more organic stuff. We can go to the next one.
So, Groman sculpted this like traditionally.
Yes, this was before he had. To give you an idea of how long ago we were working on this.
Here we go.
Yeah, this was before he had done any digital sculpting, which he does do regularly now. And it was funny because, like, initially he wasn't sure. He always jokes around like, the reason I do so much big stuff nowadays is because my eyesight's so bad I can't see the smaller stuff. And I was like, come on, man, just try it. Like, just see what you can do. And he knocked it out of the park. I mean, it's such a cool style.
He really did.
And you can really feel it. Like, I think you can definitely feel the difference in terms of, like, you know, they feel organic, like they feel kind of handmade. And even once we wound up digitally scanning all this stuff and, you know, had to modify some of it afterwards. Anthony Coffey handled a lot of that, could kind of transform these raw sculpts into Glyos compatible things and making sure all the, you know, pieces work together and everything. But you can still definitely feel like the kind of hand sculpted feel on a lot of these parts. So.
Who did the basilisk?
So that was Anthony with
the
sculpting, digital sculpting, and that was off artwork that went back and forth between myself and Pat Bussey of Biomasters. So big Glyos guy. Just a terrible person, though. He's the worst.
Hi, Pat.
I can't stand him.
How you doing?
No, he is one of my closest friends. I absolutely love him. This project would not exist without Pat.
He's fantastic.
In terms of, he's just the best guy ever. He's never gonna.
He got you excited. I can tell. He's probably like, "Come on, man."
So at some point I'll continue to share more of the, like, design artwork over time, because there's so much of it, like, you know, stuff for these guys and then stuff, you know, for things that haven't been seen and haven't been made yet. But yeah, Pat and I went back and forth a lot on this kind of larger, more lizard-like dinosaur. And I think it turned out fantastic. Like, I just love it.
That's great.
And yeah, he really took it and ran with it. And there's a lot of fun kind of, like, unused concepts for this guy. Originally, he had a butt wag, much like the Dimetrodon does.
I was going to ask that, but I noticed it was different. But I like that, though. You know. Yeah,
I mean, it originally there was just a lot more going on with it in terms of it was almost too much. Like, it had like a million ports in the body, and the idea was that you could make, like, a whole bunch of different hydras and, like, crazy monsters and stuff with it. And the functionality was really cool, but we couldn't get the functionality to not look awful. Like, it was sort of like, it was just, there's so much detail in terms of the sculpts that to get it to a point where it would work, you were taking out all the detail, and then it didn't go with anything else, really. It just kind of was, I mean, I think it was a great idea to have all these, like, kind of extra parts with it, but it would have been more expensive and then not look as good. So we went back to something more straightforward, and you still have, you know, the standing dinosaur versus the all fours dinosaur. You still got multiple species. You can still build stuff out on his back. Like, you know, this is kind of like not a hidden build, but awesome. It's like a Dino Riders-esque thing that you can make with just one set of the parts, pulling off the roto-robot body and some of the little backpacks and stuff to make like a cannon.
Yeah.
And there's certainly, you know, other Dino Riders-esque things that we would like to get to at some point in the future. But in the meantime, there's still ways to kind of build out just from this part, even without getting into the larger gliosphere. Like, obviously, if you go to town on these with some of the Toyfinities, you know, more robotic parts, I mean, you can really do some cool stuff.
Sky's the limit. Yeah. I always like to do the, like, most weirdest things, or things that maybe don't go together to play with, you know. But these are so clean, man. They're so clean. They're really, really great. But, like, clean, but then, like, how you collabed with other people that you know, admired. Like, the designs itself, I think are really kinetic. You know, they don't, you know, they're just definitely not static. They're not, you know, I feel, feel the motion in it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have, and it's funny because, like, you know, most of the figures are just, you know, they're this big. They're literally, their legs are stuck together.
Right.
But
that's got to be hard to.
There still is definitely an element of kind of much the same way that, I don't know, like if you ever look at like Playmobil stuff, like, you know, the figures barely move, but they still have so much life to them somehow. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how we pulled it off, but I feel like it does work. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can keep going. I think we're near the near the end.
Yeah. Let me go here.
Okay, so this was the very first test shot that we got, and I just wanted to see if, you know, and this was a lot of issues with these in terms of like the vinyl ship wasn't staying together. Like there was all sorts of stuff that we needed to fix on the parts. But even here, you can see this is the very first stuff that came out of the factory, where this was the kind of two figures I had where it was like, okay, the Mithril Din and the Archship Aeronaut and the Rhoda Robot, they were the three figures that were good enough to kind of quickly decide to order that batch for Legions Con. So those Legions Con figures literally were ordered before we even finished the molds. But here you can see kind of like the full functionality of, if you kind of get everything together, the ship does crash into the base, and the Oplid amphibian can kind of sit on the ship, and like everyone can sort of swarm the aeronaut as he comes out. And if you pull me up here real quick,
let's
see. So the ship there's like a little latch on the ship, and it does go right in. I'm not on a flat surface, so this is a disaster waiting to happen. But it does sit nicely in there. And
just like the drawing. Yeah.
And if you put together a couple of them, there's no way I'll be able to do this on my hands. He says as he does it, oh my gosh, it's
fate.
It's like a full scene if you put together two of them. What am I doing? I'm like a boomer on this thing.
Yeah.
So it does have the ability to have like a dinosaur just like attacking the ship, going absolutely nuts. And then we can just continue to sort of build stuff out. And you can see as you start to put it together, like the possibilities of what you can do with this. Like I've been having the time of my life with these things on my desk and on my table and on my floor and my living room. And they're all over the house. I mean, my wife is going to kill me at this point.
And back here.
So yeah, this is just the production shot of that functionality. Very, very cool. I couldn't be happier. Like if you saw that drawing, that terrible drawing of sort of where it's at, and
yeah, this is it. This is
I appreciate the terrible drawing
angle.
Yeah. So this was the vision from way back when, and
come to life. How does that feel?
It feels insane. Like it feels.
That's a great question.
Like it's another. It doesn't feel real. Yeah, I mean, even though it's right here, like it's something that I can't even put into words. Yeah, how
back up.
Yep.
Look at that! Wow. Come on, man, that gives you joy. That's just excellent.
Yeah,
that's so fun.
Yeah, so that's like the original thing all in one, and this is doing this exact thing requires all three of the sets from this first wave, but there'll be maybe at some point in the future we'll have a set that's literally just these guys together in different colors, of course. But this is kind of the like the main inception point of the story for me, like the initial crash landing on the planet, and the lone Arkship airnet comes out, creatures swarming all around him, and he has to kind of figure out a way to get a hold of the Arkship and get the rest of his crew down there to kind of continue their mission. But yeah, I couldn't be happier with it. It's absolutely insane. I feel very fortunate to have, you know, any of this at all, and to have so much of it kind of coming out all at once as as an actual toy line instead of just one or two little guys
here, there. Yeah.
It's unreal.
So let me ask you, from the drawing or the sketch to, completion, this being all coming to life, is it more than you imagined from your mind's eye, or like is it like, you know what I mean, like what you thought originally when you were sketching that? Come on,
yeah.
Like, is it more than you imagined, like, or was it like, yes, let's do that? You know what I mean? I don't know.
It has been
or did it grow?
Crazy. I mean, it certainly
for sure did. Yeah.
It changed a lot. It has been a crazy ride. Like I said, when it first started, it was kind of almost entirely vinyl. Was kind of vision with just like a couple small PVC minifigures, and now the line is entirely PVC except for the ship, and who knows, maybe at some point in the future it'll get some other thing, but maybe not. Like it has changed significantly, but I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. I mean, it feels great. It feels great.
Oh, wrong one. I wanted to pull up. So Brutzkrieg has a video. Yeah, if you can, I don't know if the link will work for me, but yeah, post it. If I can click it, I will.
I've seen I've seen his display. It's insane. I mean,
is it? Oh,
yeah, it's absolutely crazy, and it's mostly. I mean, he got a fair amount of the Legions Con figures, and then he used all sorts of other toys and figures from various other Glyos makers, various other toy lines, and
great.
And it's insane. Like, it's all together looks so cool. Like, just the coolest display I've ever seen. I mean,
was he inspired by that just from the initial prototypes that you got?
So yeah, we met. I had prototypes on display at a designer con a few years back, and he just walked up. He was a very, very tall man, very tall, handsome man, and we chatted for a while, and he was just like, these are the coolest things. He seemed to really like them, and he has fully run with the concept to a way that makes
awesome.
even me jealous. So like he's
definitely send it. I don't know if he tried. I don't know if links are gonna come through in the YouTube chat, but they should. I don't see why not. I might have to copy and paste it, but it still should show up.
Yeah, I am reading in the chat. I see someone say, hopefully you'll do a wave that's piece by piece, where you can just buy whatever you want and whatever quantity you want. And of course, I mean, there's no end to the kind of ways I want to release these. Certainly, at some point there will be waves where it's just get whatever you want. There'll be waves where I very much push kind of full play sets. I think, and everything in between. I mean, I want there to be variety. I don't want it to just be like every single potential release is the same, buy this figure, buy that figure, buy this ship, buy this. Like, I want it to, kind of have something for everyone, both in how they're packaged and also everything from totally blank, like old, minifigures, to this wave, which I'd say is on the lower end of paint. Like, most of these guys are kind of like eyes and teeth, like little bits here and there, to things that kind of get much more decorated, and kind of like almost like fully painted is my dream. Those will obviously be a bit pricier. So we'll see if the kind of, the market is there to support kind of more crazier painted stuff. But fingers crossed it is, because that's where my heart lies, is kind of these like kind of ultra deluxe sets, which are, financially responsible, but just look so cool. But then, I think the majority of stuff will fall more into these lower paint areas where it's kind of, multiple contrasting colors doing a lot of the legwork to kind of differentiate between characters and ship and base and dinosaurs and, all that.
I think, is there another slide? Oh yeah, so that's everything.
Yeah, so this is the class photo, basically. This is wave 1. There's one of every mold here, except there's a second base, I think. But yeah, this is the line. This is the toy line. We got Basilisk in the back, the Arkship Aeronaut / convertible into Phaedon on top of the tower. Rotor Robot dead center. We got the Gremlin Navigator, which is the kind of lizard navigator of the ship. Got the Arkship Podcraft split off on the landing pad, and then our little Oplid amphibian and our Dimetrodon on the bottom there. And this is everybody. This is what you can pick up should you come to Toy Pizza Expo in Beacon on Saturday, and then drop later this month.
I really like what Verde said. He said, I like making play sets work, but nothing beats the self-contained, cohesive feel of real Glyos play set like this. Here. Dan. I thought that was a nice comment.
Did you want to share prices yet, or hold off on that?
I think we'll hold off. We still have to iron out just the last couple things with that.
Okay.
And that will absolutely get sorted out by Saturday, because people will be in person to buy them.
Yeah.
I would say just in general, I don't know. We're trying to make them as affordable as possible. When I started this project, the realities of production between then and now, they're certainly more expensive now than they would have been, back in 2018. But I think, due to their small size, still hopefully affordable for people, and certainly in line with kind of other stuff that I've seen around in terms of you go to a store and buy like a blind box figure for
$20 easy
for like $10-15. I mean, and yeah, it's a lot of packaging, but then you're left with like a little thing that barely does anything. So I think we can take that on, and hopefully people respond to it. But yeah, so Saturday, that'll get out there. I haven't ironed it out completely with everybody yet, but I hope that between the small size, we're able to keep it as affordable as possible. For the wave 1 all in, if you're getting everything in this photo, it should be well under $100 for sure, significantly under. So it's not going to be like every little set is $40 or something. So we'll get that going as soon as we can.
All right, so a couple things this person missed, so let's flip back through real quick. The actual sets. So set number, actually I do have to pull this down so we can see it. But so you have this set, which is what we're about to give another one of these away. So put hashtag Paleolords at Toy Pizza Expo in the comments. So there's this set right here. And then this is the ship set that you were asking about.
Yeah, so this is
an actual Tinker.
That will come with the ship and the figure you see next to it. The base is not included with that set. It's the 2-piece vinyl ship and the figure who comes with some extra arms.
And this is the set with the base.
Yep. And that has the base, which is a double-sided base, a couple plant heads, and the 3 figures in the photo.
Cool. All right, let's get back to...
I don't know if you answered this, Dan. Mechavore says, does the Navigator have organic feet extenders? Did you answer that?
He does not. The only feet extender currently is the one with the Archship Aeronaut that you guys, if you have the Legion's Con set, you've seen. But yeah, only on that Aeronaut / Faden is the only current feet extender. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's actually, you know what? I'm going to pull up this. So this is
oh man.
This is the video here.
Okay. Oh.
Brits Krieg. I should subscribe. All right, so and thumbs up. Okay, here we go.
So you guys have all seen the wall diorama.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now we have this. A secret base where unpleasant things happen. So in here we have an organization who's making an exchange, raw materials from the planet in exchange for cloned dino troopers. And up here is where all of that happens. You can see 3 different cloning vats.
It's fun.
And over here, we have the corral, the storage area, the containment units where they keep all of the dangerous critters. It's meant to be disguised on the outside, but the facade is starting to poke through.
Oh, that's sick. Please hold that up.
So yeah, this is probably the big final update before Paleolords comes out. I am so hyped for that. All right, guys.
That's so cool.
See you later.
Nice. That's what an amazing.
Such creativity, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get him down here to
That
make
is
my
so
display or
great.
something.
Right? Yeah.
You thought
totally.
of everything.
that made me think of this too. Earlier you were talking about the heads, and how you had to go up a little bit in size past that past that micro scale or whatever, so that they would work with other things. And he had a very similar kind of thing going on, which is an armorvore with that head. I think looks awesome.
Totally works.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
has such a clear head to that.
I told you earlier today. I mean, you take the coolest photos.
He does, doesn't he?
Absolutely fantastic.
I keep it simple. I don't do really like dioramas or anything like that, but I do, put a little effort in
They're fantastic product shots,
having the
for
lights,
sure.
Yeah. All right, let's go here. And let's do the final drawing. We got 92 people and 74 in there. Gonna spin it in 3, 2, 1. Again, if you win, email me at podcast@dorklair.com and send me your address, and I'll get the set out as soon as possible. An actual tinker. Nice. Congratulations. Again, email me podcast@dorklair.com. And if you email me within the next 10 minutes, I'll probably have that out tomorrow morning. If not, maybe by Saturday morning. Actually, it's got to go tomorrow because I got to drive Saturday morning because I got to get out to Toy Pizza Expo. So yeah, it'll go out tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Right. Let me pull those down.
Enjoy those.
Hide. Okay. And remove that. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanks, Dan,
thank you
for
guys.
sharing
I mean,
it with us.
this well, it's 10:40. I was like, man, I'm gonna talk for 20 minutes and be done, and here we are.
You did
was like-
fantastic.
I was like, how can I draw this out? What did I do?
16 slides, 2 hours later.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, for sticking with us through this. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, thanks for
it's like
everybody
I told you
joining.
guys before. You need to tell me when to shut up.
No, it's good. That's why I like to
take you
start
up
at
on it next
8:30.
time.
It's
Yeah.
like it's only 10:40 now.
All
All right, so just a big reminder: Toy Pizza Expo, Saturday, day after tomorrow, the 13th, in Beacon, New York. So if anybody's around in that area, it's going to be an awesome time. I do have to get there a little bit later. I'll probably be there around noon. So no breakfast for me this time. We did a group of. Wait,
Start
Steph,
early?
did you do the breakfast with us last time, Steph, or no?
I didn't. No. I
No,
didn't.
okay. We did a breakfast last time. It was fun, but I
On
I
the
don't
second day or the first day?
on the only day, Saturday. On
the
the
only day.
Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah, the only day
Well,
of the event, but people gather Friday and they usually leave Sunday. But like the actual event Saturday.
I've never gone to a Toy Pizza Expo.
Oh, you weren't there last year?
No, I went to 5 Points. So
Oh yeah. That's where Toy Pizza
Oh,
Expo
it was?
last
Oh, okay,
year.
that
Yeah, it
was
was
my
part
it
of
was
first
that.
like
Yeah.
combined last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's back to the small, more intimate one this year.
I really like Beacon, so this is really tempting, I have to say, Dan. Might see me
I
there.
love Beacon.
I know.
It's my favorite place in New York, easily,
Yeah.
which is a low bar. But yeah, I love Beacon. It's incredible.
I definitely want to visit there
Yeah,
again.
Tinker, that's totally fine. Discord, yep, I'll see that. Yep, and Ben will be there. He's bringing his
good.
bass to jam with everybody.
Oh, he is.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, let's see if we. Oh, Bogland, yeah. I hope you. I can't wait to see what you bring to Toy Pizza.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've got his.
I was going to ask you about that, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, I
take
saw that
away
in the
focus.
picture. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he did. These stuffed Dimensions
They're
for me
great.
based
They're
off
so
of
fun.
Groman's art, and he gave me a whole bag of last year of like the entire toy line.
Did he really?
In stuffed form? Yeah. I haven't shared it because I couldn't.
Nice.
We weren't revealing the toy line and stuff. But yeah, I've got all this crazy stuff that he made. We'll have to see about getting him to do some more of that at some point for like shows and stuff
That's
because it's so
fun.
cool. I love this.
Bill, what one did you have? I remember you got a unique one. I've never seen that character.
This one right
before.
here.
Yeah.
Here,
Awesome.
let me grab it.
Oh, I actually don't know.
He
that
told
is.
me what it was.
Well, he's in the chat, so he'll tell us
Yeah.
now.
I'm loving it. Boring thing out.
That is awesome. I love how tiny they are.
Those red Dimetron drones. Were
Green
some of the
is
first
a Crethulian.
Cthulhu. Nice.
So yeah, Bogdan just like surprised me one day with all sorts of
Oh wow, he did.
with like he even got the ship
No. Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
yeah based on like Jurassic Park decos. There's
Yep.
a huge one in here. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going. Like
That was really
even
Oh
after
cool.
the event.
The
So
bigger size, yeah.
yeah, they're terrific. We'll have to figure something out to get some more of these going because I love them. I don't know. I think they make a really cool, something to have on your desk. I love that stuff.
Yes, definitely. Well,
Alrighty. Well, that'll do it.
Yeah. Thank you guys again. This has been awesome. You've been great.
Yeah, have a safe trip up, and it's going to be a great weekend. And I hope
Yeah, have a
you
safe
can make it,
flight.
Steph.
yeah, I hope
Yeah,
so
hopefully
too.
I see you both there. It's going to be wild.
Definitely.
So
And thanks for everybody joining tonight.
Yeah,
absolutely.
thanks to
Thank you
everybody in
guys.
the
Thanks for all the
chat.
kind
Glad
words.
people showed up to our 6th episode.
Yeah, 6
What's
episodes
next? I don't know.
going on 2+ years. All right, everybody.
Great.
Thanks for watching, and until next time, may the force be with you.